Most folks think a burglar is going to break into whatever house he wants. He isn't. He's going to break into the easiest one on the block. And there's about a 15-second checklist he runs from the sidewalk before he ever touches the door. Lights on both sides? Skip. Camera watching the porch? Skip. Sign that says the man inside knows how to shoot? Skip. Overgrown bushes, dark porch, dollar store deadbolt, and a hollow door? That's the house. And here's the part nobody tells you. 19 out of the 20 things that make him skip your house cost less than a tank of gas. Not one of them requires a $400 smart lock, a monthly subscription, or a gunsmith visit. Preppers who actually know what they're doing figured this out a long time ago. The rest of the neighborhood is guessing, because the ugly math is this. Help is minutes away when seconds are what you've got. The average forced entry takes one kick and about 8 seconds to cross a living room. And the man in the hoodie already knows that. He's not scared of your deadbolt. He's scared of the porch that lights up, the camera that beeps, the door that doesn't move on the first hit. And he is scared of the sign that tells him the fella inside spent a few years learning to shoot at things that shoot back. Before we get back to it, you've seen where this country's been going, and if it ever gets ugly on your street, whatever happens at your door is going to be over long before help shows up. So I wrote it all down. The SHTF Home Defense Manual. 667 pages on protecting your home. Doors, locks, the plan, the law, and the week nobody's coming. The cheap fix is first before anybody sells you a bunker. $47, and the link's right below this video. All right, back to it. 20 specific things, every one of them buyable today. And one of them, the last one, a piece of wood that costs under $4, is the single trick that decides whether a break-in ever happens at all. So here's what the tactical channels won't tell you. One item on this list costs under $4, sits in your garage or your scrap pile right now, and it's the single thing that decides whether a stranger even bothers trying the back of your house. Because the back of your house is where he's actually going. I'm holding it for the end on purpose. Every other trick I give you is worth a lot less if you skip that one. It's the trick that's been beating pry bars for 100 years, and it looks like nothing. The reason you've never heard about it is it doesn't look good on camera. Half the folks selling you the $400 smart lock never had to keep anybody safe with a thing. They're selling cool. Cool gets the click. I'm Rhett Callahan. I run projects at a custom rifle shop, so just about every kind of hardware comes across my bench. And I got serious about this the day I had 2 kids down the hall. I didn't buy gadgets. I read the break-in reports, and I kept what actually works. So here's where we're going. 20 things smart preppers do that make a burglar look at your house and pick a different one. What each one is, exactly what it's stopping, what it costs, and where to get it today. We take them in the order a threat hits your house. Deter, detect, delay, defend. Some you've heard, a handful you haven't. A couple you're doing wrong right now, and it's not your fault. The last one is the $4 stick I just mentioned, and you already own it. The question isn't whether you own a gun. It's whether the man on your sidewalk decides your house is worth the trouble in the 15 seconds before he ever touches the door. Once you see it that way, you can't unsee it. Number 1, the front door. One hard kick, the frame lets go, and a stranger's inside your entryway before your feet hit the floor. The deadbolt didn't fail, the lock's fine, still bolted, still turned. What failed was the 2 3/4-inch screws holding the strike plate to soft pine trim. The door didn't break, the frame around it shredded. Departments that track it will tell you most forced entries are single-kick jobs. The door isn't the weak point, the wood around it is. That's the delay layer. Buy seconds until the man quits or help shows. The fix is a $9 box of 3-inch wood screws and a $15 reinforced strike plate. Hardware store. Drive the screws through the plate into the wall stud, not the trim. $24. Name the smart lock that does that. Now, a strong door doesn't help if the porch is dark, and dark porches are where number 2 lives. Number 2, the porch itself. Burglars case houses in daylight. They walk your street on a Tuesday afternoon reading which door they'll come back to at midnight, and the first thing they read is shadow. A dark porch says nobody cares. A dark porch says come back after 10. A dark porch is an invitation. This is the deter layer. Make the house look like work before he ever touches it. 2 wall-mounted lanterns, one either side of the door. Dusk to dawn LED bulbs. $40 a pair at any home store. $20 for the bulbs. Symmetrical light kills the shadow on both jambs. No hiding place to work the lock. Nothing to lean into out of the street light. $60. 2 screws each. Done in an afternoon. But bright light isn't the only thing that tells him to move on. Number 3 is a sign that reads him from 10 feet away. Number 3, the sign. A man in a hoodie is standing on your porch reading your door in the 10 seconds before he tries it. He's looking for whether the person inside is going to do something about him. Everything he sees is a tell. A cold porch and a plastic mat is one tell. A sign is another. He is making a fast calculation. The sign that works isn't protected with a fake alarm brand. Those get laughed at. The one that works is direct. This home is protected by a combat veteran or a plain metal no trespassing with a shooting sports decal. $12 to $18 online. It's not bravado. It's telling him this house solves problems differently than the house next door. $18, 1 screw. It moves him along without a word said. Next, the sound that wakes you before he's even inside. Number 4, the alarm nobody bought. He's testing the handle at 2 a.m. and you're asleep. The first thing you learn about it is his boot hitting the floor of your hallway. That's a bad plan. That is a very bad plan for you and your family. Here's the honest picture. Police response averages past 10 minutes in suburbs and a good bit longer out in the county. That's the national number, not a scare figure. So 911 is a great plan, right up until you do the math at 3 a.m. For the first 10 minutes, congratulations, you're the first responder. Fix is a set of doorstop alarms, $6 a piece, 3-pack for $18 at any hardware store. 120 decibels the second the door moves. Wedge one under every exterior door tonight, $18. He runs from noise, every time. Next, the reinforcement at the bottom of the door that stops the second attempt. Number 5, the bottom of the door. He came back with more weight this time. First kick shook the frame. Second one's lower, harder, and pry bar work along the sweep. Your kids are asleep down the hall. The strike plate held, but the wood at the bottom is splitting where the boot's landing. Kicks land low. Pry bars come in low. A wooden door splits at the bottom third before it splits anywhere else. Fix is a metal kick plate, a solid steel or brass reinforcement, 8 to 12 inches tall, screwed across the base. $25 to $40 at any home store. 10 screws. Spreads the impact. Denies the pry bar any purchase. Doubles the door's kick rating without changing the door. $40, one afternoon. The door now takes the whole frame to breach. Next, the barricade bar you drop across the door when the neighborhood gets loud. Number 6, the barricade bar. Storms coming through the county. Grid flickered twice. The neighborhood is quieter than it should be. This is the night the house across the street is getting rammed and you don't know it yet. The regular locks are already engaged. You want more. A horizontal barricade bar, sometimes called a security bar, mounts to studs on either side of the door frame and drops a 2-inch steel bar across the door itself. $60 to $90 online. Spreads a ram or a kick across the full frame width instead of the lock area. Military and hardened facilities use the same idea. You engage it at night, in emergencies, or when the family's home alone. Not every day. Emergency mode hardware. $90, one afternoon. Ram-proof when it counts. Next, the eyes on the porch that stop him before he's on the porch. Number 7, the camera. He's the kind who works clean. No witnesses, no video, no face on file. He's already skipped 3 houses tonight for one thing: eyes. If there's a lens looking at the porch, he's not standing on it. He's on the next street. Detect layer, know he's there before he's in. A dual light security camera over the door, motion triggered floodlight built in, records to a card and to the cloud. Phone alert the second something crosses the walk. $60 to $120 for a good one. The name brand versions run higher, the off-brand versions do the same job. Light plus eyes plus a phone in your pocket. 3 functions, 1 device. $100, 1 screwdriver. His face on record before his hands on the handle. Next, where you point the second camera because 1 isn't enough. Number 8, the camera you didn't put on the back. He read your front. Front is lit, wired, and posted, so he walked around. The side gate is unlatched, the back porch is dark, the sliding door faces a fence line. That's where 9 out of 10 actual entries happen, not the front. A single front camera isn't a system. Second unit on the back door, third on the side gate if you've got one. Angle them at chest and face height on the approach, not straight down. Solar-powered wireless models run $40 to $80 a piece. No wiring, no electrician, phone app pairs in 10 minutes. You cover every path to the house, not just the one he's supposed to use. $80 per unit. Every approach lit and recorded. Next, the timer trick that makes the house look occupied every night you're gone. Number 9, the light that never came on. You went to your sister's for the weekend. The porch light stayed on the whole time. Same one, all night, 3 nights running. He watched. That's how he knows nobody's home. Nothing is more suspicious than nothing changing. A light on at noon is a dead giveaway. The hype channels sell $400 smart home ecosystems. You don't need one. Smart plugs, the plug-in kind, $6 a piece at Walmart. Wi-Fi pair up in 2 minutes behind 2 interior lamps and the TV. App randomizes on and off between 6 and 11 every evening. Different pattern every night. The house looks lived in from the sidewalk. He walks past because he can't tell if you're home. $20 total. Digital occupancy for the price of a pizza. Next, the reason burglars use your own doormat against you and how you fix it in 30 seconds. You're still with me. Most of your street clicked off 10 minutes ago to go back to assuming it won't happen to them. You're already ahead of them. Number 10, the doormat and the potted plant. Burglars know exactly where you hide the key because it's the same 3 spots your dad used. Under the mat, in the plant, on the ledge above the door. A burglar shouldn't have a better key inventory than you do, and they check the garage, ladder against the fence, screwdriver on the workbench through the window, your own tools used to breach your own house. Fix costs nothing. Pull the hidden key today. Put it with a trusted neighbor. Lock the garage side door. Tools inside. $0, 5 minutes. He shows up with his own tools now. Next, the mindset that turns 20 pieces of hardware into an actual defense. Number 11, access. Everything so far bought you seconds. Here's what the seconds are for. Glass goes at 2 a.m. You and your spouse have to get to the kids, get to the gun, and get behind cover before he clears the hallway. If you can't do all 3 in the dark, the hardware doesn't matter. Defend layer, the last 5%, and the one everybody obsesses about while ignoring the first 95. When I got serious about my own house, I bought a $200 biometric nightstand safe, learned the code with my eyes shut, and walked the path from bed to safe to kid's door to interior bathroom with the family, with the lights off. That's the safe room. Reinforced interior door, phone, flashlight, the gun already in your hand. $200 and 1 Sunday afternoon of drilling. You control the reactionary gap now. Next, the mistake that puts your gun safe on the 6 o'clock news. Number 12, what he sees from the sidewalk. He walks your street. He sees the 60-inch TV through the front window. He sees the gun safe through the office window because the door's open. He sees the Amazon boxes stacked in the recycling bin. Now your house is a shopping list, not a home. Costs nothing to fix. Move the TV so it faces away from the window. Move the safe to an interior wall, never against an exterior wall, never in view. Break down Amazon boxes and put them in a bin with a lid. Add a $5 roll of reflective window film to office and basement windows. Daylight sees mirror, nighttime sees nothing when the blinds are drawn. $5 and 30 minutes rearranging furniture. Now he doesn't know what's inside. Next, the free trim job that removes his workspace. Number 13, the bush he's crouched behind. Reactionary gap runs about 21 feet. That's the distance a man with a knife covers before you can draw. The bush next to your front window is at 3 feet. He crouches there and works the sash for 2 minutes and nobody on the street can see him. Trim every shrub within 3 feet of a door or window down to 2 feet tall. Everything else prune so the trunk shows and there's no body-sized volume of leaves. Free if you own a hedge trimmer, $20 for a cheap one at the hardware store. Denies him concealment on every approach. Neighbors in the street can see the whole face of your house. One Saturday, no dollars. He has nowhere to work unseen. Next, the sliding glass door that got beat with a screwdriver in 15 seconds. Number 14, the sliding door. Factory latch is a joke. A screwdriver pops it in 15 seconds, and half of them can be lifted right off the track by a strong man. It's the door he's actually coming through, not the front, the one with the flimsy handle in the backyard. Two-part fix. First, a security pin. Drill a small hole through the inside frame into the fixed door. Drop a nail-sized pin through. $10 in a drill. Second, a track lock or secondary latch. $12 to $15 at the hardware store. Clamps on the track so the door can't slide even if the handle's beat. And the third thing goes in that same track. I'm still holding it. We're one item away. $25, 10 minutes. The screwdriver attack is dead. Next, the window trick that makes glass argue back. Number 15, the window. He picked a first floor bathroom window because it's on the side of the house and nobody looks there. Elbow, hoodie sleeve, one hit, glass in the sink, and he's stepping over the tub. You're upstairs putting the kids to bed. First thing you hear is his boots on your tile. Security window film, 8 to 14 millimeters, applied to the inside of ground floor glass. Roll runs $30 to $60 depending on window count. Glass still breaks, but it holds together in the frame. Spiderweb, no clean opening. He beats on it for 1 minute and gives up. Or he doesn't, and now you've got a full minute you didn't have. $60, one Saturday afternoon. A window that argues back. Next, the free habit that makes the whole yard say occupied. Number 16, the tell you don't know you're giving. Grass 6 inches high. Mail in the box. Same porch light burned out for a week. Trash can still at the curb Wednesday afternoon. Every one of those says to the man on the sidewalk, nobody's paying attention here. Nobody is home to stop me. The habit, one walk around your house every Sunday. Outside light bulbs checked. Yard mowed on a schedule. Mail in. Cans in by evening. Cost nothing except 20 minutes and the willingness to do it. Neighbor picks up mail if you're gone longer than 3 days. Small maintenance is a signal, and burglars read signals faster than any alarm system you'll ever buy. $0, 20 minutes a week. The house looks watched because it is. Next, the neighborhood you didn't know was your best alarm. Number 17, the neighbor. You're gone for a week. Deer season, family funeral, hospital run. Nobody notices the strange truck parked in front of your driveway for 40 minutes at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Or worse, somebody notices and figures it's your business, not theirs. Two neighbors. Not the whole street. Two. The one across, the one behind. Phone numbers in your phone, yours and theirs. They know when you're away, what car should be there, what the dog sounds like when it's normal. You do the same for them. Costs a couple of beers on a Saturday and the willingness to introduce yourself. Cheapest alarm system on earth. $0, one conversation. 2 extra sets of eyes on your house all week. Next, the checklist that turns your hardware from decoration into defense. Number 18, the door you forgot. You spent $1,200 on hardware across the last 17 items. And tonight you left the sliding door unlocked because the kids came in from the yard and you were making dinner. That's the night he tries it. Hardware doesn't help if it's not armed. The checklist, written on an index card taped inside a kitchen cabinet. 6 lines. Front door, back door, garage door, sliding door, ground floor windows, alarm armed. 2-minute walk before bed. Same order every night. Do it out loud if you live alone. Muscle memory in 2 weeks. Costs a pen and an index card. That's it. No app, no subscription. Free. 2 minutes. Your defense actually turned on. Next, the mistake you're making on Instagram that hands him your schedule. Number 19, your phone. He didn't case your house. He didn't need to. He watched your Instagram for 2 weeks. Kids' school in one post. Vacation countdown in another. Airport photos Sunday morning. He knows the house is empty until Friday. Your phone gave him the schedule your hardware can't fix. Your Instagram is not a diary. It's a schedule for anybody watching. Fix is free. Post vacation photos after you're home. Location tags off. Kids' school names, sports schedules, and the house exterior. Off the public feed. Wi-Fi router password changed from the factory default tonight. Cameras and smart locks on a separate network. And do the same math for help arriving late as we already did. You're on your own for the first stretch. $0, 10 minutes. He can't schedule what you don't publish. One more thing before the $4 reveal. The grid down plan. All right, number 20. The $4 trick I've been holding since the start. Here it is, and once you see it, you'll get why I made you wait. It's a piece of wood. That's it. A wooden dowel or a cut piece of 1x2, $3 at any hardware store, dropped in the track of your sliding glass door. That's the trick. Measure the inside of your slider track, floor of the track, door edge to jamb. Cut a length of 1-inch dowel or a broom handle a 1/2 inch shorter than that measurement. Drop it in the track behind the door. Now the door cannot slide. It cannot be lifted. It cannot be pried. It cannot be beat with a screwdriver. $3 of wood does what a $400 smart lock will never do on a sliding door, because a smart lock doesn't exist for that door. And this is the door he's coming through, not the front. The front is lit and signed and reinforced now. He walks around back where every house on your street has the same flimsy factory latch, and he beats it with the tool in his pocket. Except yours. Yours has a stick in the track that no amount of pry bar work moves, because you can't lever wood out of a channel it's sitting flat in. $3, one cut. This is why every other trick on this list is worth less without it. The strongest front door in the county doesn't matter if the backslider opens in 15 seconds. One stick, $3. The single item on this list that makes the back of your house harder than the front. Name another trick that does that. It's already in your garage. Cut it tonight. I'll be straight with you. Most of you will go your whole life and never have somebody try your door. Odds are on your side. But most isn't all, and the whole list I just gave you costs less than one nice dinner out. Most of it under $50 a piece. So even if I'm wrong about your neighborhood, what did it cost you? A Saturday afternoon and a trip to the hardware store. So here's what you do before you sleep tonight. 3 things, under 30 minutes, most of it free. Measure your sliding door and cut the dowel. $3, done first. Wedge a doorstop alarm under every exterior door. $20, done second. Walk the perimeter with a flashlight and write down which bushes you're trimming Saturday. Free, done third. That's it. You just moved your house from the easy one on the block to the one he skips. Not because you got scared, because you got ready. Ready beats scared, every single time. The smart preppers on your street already know it. Now you're one of them. Drop a comment. Which one of these are you doing first tonight? And tell me the old school trick I left off. There's always one your granddad knew that I don't. I read every one, and the best ones end up in the next video. Do me one thing. Send this to the one person whose house you actually worry about before somebody tries their door. The parent living alone, the sister across the state. Not for me, for them. Next, we go deeper, the whole safe room build out, the tricks for when you're not home for a week, and the one caliber question every home defense forum argues about. Subscribe so it lands in front of you before you need it, not after. Shoot straight, and I'll see you at the counter.